Hello, and welcome back for episode 9 of Smith Landing Cattle as we transform this once private airstrip property into a fully functioning cattle operation. While the contractor is out finishing the logging in the back 40, we tackle a task of our own, the shop. This is a 40 by 40 red iron insulated building that the previous owners used as an airplane hangar. This true dimension rough cut lumber that spans the middle of the building needs to be the first thing to go. And I plan to save as much of the wood as possible, as this stuff is hard to get your hands on these days. True dimension 2x6s, real stout stuff I'll use for future farm projects. Pretty sweet little custom J-hook bolt that the builder had used to attach these cross beams. Making good progress, got all that wood down, makes the ceiling feel a whole lot taller already. Exposes that sweet fan in the middle. Feels good to start getting this place organized, get the floor swept, start making it feel like ours. I'm told the previous owner used to do a lot of his own sandblasting work. There's aluminum plane parts, and so he had this custom little homemade sandblasting room, sandblaster still in it, and buckets of sand. I won't have much use for it though. This place is really starting to come together. I'm really liking the looks of it. This 40 by 40 building seems to be about the perfect size for a nice little farm shop. As you can tell, I'm not brand specific with a John Deere mower, Husqvarna snowblower, Kubota tractor. More about good deals and things that work. There's the forced air heating unit we pulled out of the basement of the house a few weeks ago. I've been trying to come up with a good idea for tool storage, and I had seen on the interwebs using an IBC tote for shovels, etc. So I'm going to try to customize this thing and use it to store that stuff. I still haven't even been up in these lofts yet, so I don't even really know what's up there, but we'll see soon. This airplane fan, I'm told, is a replica of what the previous gentleman used to fly. There might have been 20 years of sandblasting dust in the corner of that place. The loft area is actually pretty clean, which is nice. Not a bunch of junk to get rid of. A little bit of construction odds and ends, but overall, good shape. While peeking around, I noticed a bit of fabric hanging from this iron beam. Looks to be a pilot's harness from the 50s. Pretty cool. Don't know much about flying, but looks real to me. Got this side organized and swept off. Found a pretty good collection of old farmhouse windows that must have come from the original house before the remodel. Now we need to clean up this side and decide what we're going to save and get it moved across the way, because that piece is coming down. Got this loft side all cleaned up. Looks real nice. Got the items that we're going to save organized and stored on this north side of the building. I was able to uncover some pretty cool remnants of some airplane parts. Looks to be some patterns, some sheet metal patterns from the different airplanes that were owned, all labeled and saved. Brought that pilot's harness down out of the loft. Examined it some more. It's in really good shape. I'll definitely be holding on to that as a keepsake. Next thing to go will be this 40-foot long workbench. I have no use for it. It takes up a lot of space. Got everything shuffled to the north side out of the demolition zone. There's some really cool shelves underneath with really wide boards that I'm going to try to save to build a farmhouse table in the future. The loft area is held up by these long rods and clamps that I'm going to have to pull. A sledgehammer and the Kubota help make quick work of this old workbench. And just like that, she gone. I think this wood would make a pretty sweet farmhouse table. Got the rest of the scrap wood and debris cleaned up. Man, it's really starting to come together. And the sun is shining. Now time for this side of the loft to come down to make some more storage room on the ground. I'm using the forks on the Kubota to hold it up while I cut it free. I'm going to leave this left section as a little bit more of overhead storage, but this whole right section's coming down. So I cut the main beam out, now going through the process of unscrewing and unbolting these long rods, clamps. We'll get it yanked down. Obviously we followed all OSHA standard protocol, and here it is post removal. Really opens up the space for a nice place to park the Cummins for the winter. Squeezes right in there nicely. Oh, and the parents' bug convertible. Got his little nesting spot too. I told you I was going to try to save as much of that wood as possible to use on future projects, and I was able to save quite a bit. This should make pretty good wood. All true dimensional rough sawn stuff. I like it. And that'll do in the shop for now. We unfortunately experienced a significant weather event here at the house, with high winds exceeding 70 miles an hour and lots of rain, which is rare for this time of year. And unfortunately, this patch of red pine plantation that we had left behind post harvest took a big hit and made a mess. I'm trying to be as cautious as possible while cleaning this up to not damage the residual trees that I want to remain, but the damage is rather significant. We worked to be quite intentional during the harvest to not disturb this patch of forest, as it was close to the house, and I had plans to turn it into a European style look with cleaning the underbrush and pruning the overstory. This is quite a hit to that. But there's nothing we can do about that now other than get it cleaned up and move on. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.